everybody, thanks so much for clicking on this video. I am Amy. I'm a mindset coach, a group coach, and a yoga teacher. I'm super passionate about all things self-development. And today I want to talk about how you can take control of your life. And I'll start out by asking you, do you ever feel like life is happening to you? I think a lot of people do, and I think a lot of people resign themselves to the fact that this is just the way things are. They don't have control and they'll never have control. But that's simply not true, and I'll explain to you why that's not true by using the concepts of internal versus external locus of control. So what is locus of control, to put it simply? It is the degree to which you believe you can influence what happens to you, or the degree to which you believe you can control things in your life. So we'll talk about an external versus internal locus of control. An external locus of control means that you place your power outside of you. You feel that you don't have control over what happens to you in your life and you can't influence it. An internal locus of control means that you do largely have influence over what happens to you and you can control things in your life. Now, I want you to picture a pendulum. It swings back and forth. More so than a scale, your internal versus external locus of control and where it sits for you is like a pendulum. Sometimes you have more of an external locus of control. Maybe things are stressful, maybe some significant life events are happening, and sometimes maybe you swing to an internal locus of control when you are less stressed. Maybe in certain areas of your life you have more of an external locus of control. Maybe in your personal relationships you feel like you don't have any influence, but maybe at work you have an internal locus of control. You feel that you have influence over what you do at work. So I feel that we move back and forth between these stages. Whilst it's okay that we might move back and forth between an external and internal locus of control, there are consequences to being stuck in an external locus of control. The reason being is when you are there, you feel helpless, you feel powerless. You might blame others for your shortcomings. You might feel that things that happen to you that aren't good, that's just bad luck and everything is out to get you. And when good things happen, you might feel that that's good luck and it's not due to your own hard work. The truth is that you are likely to be a lot more unhappy if you are in an external locus of control versus an internal locus of control. Even though things happen, even though you face challenges, you believe that you are able to grow, learn, adapt, and figure out a way forward. You believe that if there's something you want or something that you need to improve, you might be able to figure out a way to get there. You don't feel like all your power is up to fate and you don't blame others for where you are. You take responsibility, and most of the time that leads you feeling a lot happier, a lot more fulfilled, a lot more content. And hopefully, as you are listening so far, you see the draws of being in an internal locus of control. You can see how that very much gears you up for more success and happiness in the long run. So now we are going to talk about some steps you can take to shift to an internal locus of control if you find that you are at an external locus of control. The first step is to acknowledge where you are. Remember, I told you in the beginning, it's the pendulum. It's likely that all of us at some times of our lives will find us in an external locus of control. And the first step is to be honest and acknowledge when you are there. So ask yourself, where do you feel you don't have power? Where in your life do you feel stuck? Maybe some things come to mind. Ask yourself, what is the narrative there? What's the story you are telling yourself? Why don't you have power in that situation? Why don't you have any influence with that person? Why don't you have control over that outcome? Get clear on the story that you are telling yourself as to why you are in that external locus of control. Why don't you have control over the things that are happening to you in that area. The next step is to then reframe that narrative. What is really honestly true here? Is it true that you have absolutely no control? Is it true that everyone else is just out to get you? Is it true that you just have bad luck in this one area and you have no hope of ever getting better? Really, really interrogate that narrative that you have on the go that's leaving you feeling stuck, powerless, and without control. Question it. I just want to give the caveat that it's not easy to do this. We sometimes stay in an external locus of control because the responsibility isn't on us to then do the work, and sometimes that feels easier than facing all of the work and responsibility that we might need to have. But remember, what is it that you would like to achieve? What if you didn't feel stuck in that area? What if you had more power? What if you had more control over those things where you do feel stuck? What would that get you? And hold on to that. The third step is now to take small steps forward. So you have acknowledged where you might be at an external locus of control. You have looked at the narrative there, the stories you're telling yourself that's keeping you stuck. And now you're going to take small steps that prove to yourself that you do have control. So let's use an example to illustrate this. Let's say that you don't have a job at the moment and you feel incredibly powerless because you lost your job and you've been struggling to find a job. That is where you are at an external locus of control. You are telling yourself it's the economy, it's very bad. You're telling yourself that you studied the wrong things and that your skills are not needed by anybody and it's such bad luck that you are in this position. That's kind of what's going on when you feel you don't have control. So you're going to be aware of it. You're going to bring it to the surface. The next step is to actually uncover the narratives that are there and interrogate them. Is it really true that nobody in the whole world will be able to use your skills? Is it really true that the economy is so bad that there's absolutely no job out there for you? Is it really bad luck that you can't find a job? Have you never ever found a job before? And then you want to take small steps forward that show that you do have control in this situation. So for example, you're gonna clean up your CV. You're going to send emails to people who might have a potential job opportunity for you. You are going to clean up your LinkedIn. You're going to message people on LinkedIn who maybe have similar interests and skills to you and just figure it out. You're going to make sure that anybody you speak to, that they know your skills and they know you're looking for a job. So maybe if they hear of something, they reach out to you. And from there, you'll start to see that maybe little things start happening, and make sure to give yourself credit for the things that you do. Make sure that you take note of all the ways you have control and all the ways you have created good things in your life. And that is the final step, is once you start taking control, once you start taking steps forward that prove you have power, influence, and control, give yourself credit for it. Take a moment to reflect and appreciate the ways that you have created opportunities in your own life. So just to recap those steps, you are going to acknowledge all the areas in your life where you are at an external locus of control. You're then going to uncover the narratives that are at play there and interrogate them. Are they really, really true? Then you're going to take steps forward that prove to yourself that you do have control. And then you're going to give yourself credit for the steps that you take and for the good things that you create in your life. When you focus on what you can do and when you focus on what's in your control. My key takeaway here is that we aren't perfect. We won't be at an internal locus of control all the time. There are times of our lives and there are areas of our lives where we do feel powerless, where we do feel like we don't have control. But you want to be able to catch yourself in those moments and then reflect on where you do have control over the outcome. What can you do to maybe influence things differently and take those steps forward, no matter how small, no matter if you don't see results immediately. Just realize that taking a step forward, doing something, is better than sitting down and blaming everything around you. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. I know that when I've shared this with others, they've really enjoyed learning about this concept. And remember to have some self-compassion and acceptance here. It doesn't make you lazy, bad, or less than if you realize you are at an external locus of control. It just means that there's a lot of potential for you in those areas. So let me know if you've noticed some areas of your life where you are at an external locus of control, and let me know maybe one thing you are going to do differently to take those steps forward. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, as it really helps me to get messages like these to more people. Thank you so much for watching.